Sir, your credit card has been declined. Oh, no.
Sir, your loan application has been denied.
But, I don't understand.
Huh?
How did they get all of my info?
Greetings, you polite savages. You know, we gotta come to grips that this economy is gigajacked. And there's folks out there whose entire job is to sell, buy, and steal your information and trade it on the web like a busted bootleg stock market. It's a big game, it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
And a few years ago, I was in the Philippines on a business trip. And on the last day, 2 hours before our closing dinner, I found out that my bank account was totally wiped out. I had to make emergency calls home, get Western Union wired to me so I can actually complete the transaction. And if it could happen to me, it could definitely happen to you. And that's why we partnered with Aura, the sponsor of this stream. You see, Aura searches the web for your information, actively scrubs it, sends you alerts when you've been exposed, and offers a host of different electronic devices to help you control your finances. Use the link pinned in the description for a 2-week trial. And that's long enough for you to try the service and find out exactly what they have to offer you. We don't endorse many products here at the THPP Network. We are selective indeed, but trust me, it's better to have this and stop these issues before it starts than to be stranded out there trying to figure it out in real time. Sometimes you just don't want to handle the tip, you dig?
Polite savages.
At this time, we ask that you turn off your portable electronic devices. You are now free to move. Flight crew, prepare for landing. Flight crew, prepare for landing. Flight crew, prepare for landing. At this time, we ask that you turn off your portable electronic devices. You are now free to move. Flight crew, prepare for landing.
Gorilla on the beat.
Kids don't like no boyfriend. You in there eating a snack. One of the kids coming in, my mother bought them for our lunch. Mama Melvin here eating our snacks again. He on the phone with no shirt on, man. Let me get off the phone, man. You know, tripping off cheese and cracker set, man. You know what I mean? I done ate one of his Lunchables and he upset. Cause that's up when a woman kick you out and you ain't got nowhere to go. And you just talk shit. Yeah, fuck this. Hey, you know what I am to this family? Talk that fuck shit. This me. Know what I have you seen my ain't seen ish, man. They see the kids and try to confide in them. Everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be good. The kid is like, what? I ain't upset about nothing. I love you. I love you. Get your ass out of here, man. You fuck around and go to work and come back and sleep on the couch. I thought you was gone. Soon as Earl get off work, I'm out of here.
Social media don't care about your family or your feelings. Every man right now under the sound of my voice is one screenshot away from moving back home with your mama. Every man right here under the sound of my voice is one screenshot away from sleeping on a race car bed with Ninja Turtle sheets. Cause you're trying to slide in somebody's DMs. And we live in a time where, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, they got a page on Facebook called Whose Man Is This?
Polite savages. How is everybody doing out there? Welcome to another edition of Late Night at the Tip, or Tonight at the Tip, something at the tip. We're still working on a name, but I just want to give a warm welcome to everybody who's joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you're here. And I want to start off with something. First of all, I want to start off making sure everybody can hear me. I know my volume's a little low. I'm going up on it right now. But I want to make sure that my volume's okay. So can I get a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, if you can understand me, please? 1 in the chat. And I just want to say hi. How is everybody doing? And I want to start off with something. And I want to tell you about a saying that I was taught by one of my mentors. And then I seen it again. And you can't be great without being grateful. You can't be great without being grateful. And I think about the journey that we had here at the THPPP Network. And I just wanted to take time that if you've ever watched this, if you ever left a comment, if you've super chatted, if you've disagreed, if you've hated us, if you've left and came back, if this is the first time, if you thought I was AI and then you were amazed that I was an actual person, an actual human being, you were amazed that I was a human being and I wasn't an AI. If you help us out, if you work for us a little on the back end, if you've networked with us, I just want to say thank you. THPPP Network, it took us 3 or 4 years to get monetized. We were one of the slowest monetizing channels ever, and we made every mistake in the book. And when we finally learned, we put the pedal to the floor and we pushed all we could. And there was folks who helped us along the way. There was folks who looked out for us. Uncle Guns, who's one of our mods, has been there from the beginning. A lot of folks that I don't see around a lot, but like Self-Made, Duke and Don, I was one of his panelists. Authentic Alphas Allende is somebody that we spoke with. Nixon Talks. Nixon Does It, as he calls himself now. A lot of folks who maybe don't agree with our philosophy, don't agree with this type of content we made, but we're just cool people in general. The lead attorney who helped us get over and get monetized. I just want to thank all of you. AV to 7th Power, somebody who I network with to this day. El Guapo, Beautiful Eyes podcast. Some people that I just started really getting cool with. I mean, that I always respected, but I have conversations with. The Kosher Clinician, Richie Mack, Andre Love, Crossing Borders, all of you folks that I've spoken to that's helped me along the way, I just want to say thank you. But who I want to thank the most are just the people who turn in and view, who just view us, who just, mess with us on a daily basis. Thank you so much for supporting us. And I'm just going to continue to deliver the best content that I know how to do. Without gimmicks, I'm not here. I'm not e-begging. I hate that e-begging stuff. If you want a super chat, I'm happy. I get a cash app. I'm super happy. I'll read it. I'll give a bell and a whistle, but I'm not going to ever stop the show until somebody super chats or something. I'll never do that because this is amazing. This is my job. And so I'm just thankful for you folks out there. Now let's get to the content. But before I do that, where is everybody watching from? I just want to see where folks are watching from. I don't know half you folks where you're at, but you could have been anywhere in the world. All 35 people who are watching, 40 people who are watching, hopefully it grows. If it doesn't grow, please share this stream out, because sometimes YouTube just does not mess with us. But I want to see some places where people are in the chat. So some states. If you're worried about the city, drop the state. If you ain't worried about the city or the state, drop the city. But if you are, but never drop your address, because there's some fools out there. So where's everybody out here? I got Houston in the house. I got Philly in the house. I am in the San Francisco Bay Area, if y'all want to know, West Coast, Northern Cali, and it is cold as hell up here. It's cold as hell, but in the Bay Area, you know, cold as hell is anything under 50. We be freaking out. I'm wearing a sweater indoors. Where else do I have people at from? I just see Houston and Philly. We only got 3 people out there. Well, all right. Denver, the Mile High City. Jovi, Juan, Shinobi. Hey. And so just a couple of housekeeping things right quick. If you guys want to learn how to do content, I'll say it a couple of times this trip. The Patreon is pinned. We have a great deal going on for all the content creators in the chat. Folks, if you're thinking about making this a job, I've been there before. I've been working a job that I hated, that my boss was coming in trying to yell at me. And I was like, I actually know more about my job than you. And I'm not telling you that I'm going to make anyone rich, because that's stupid. I don't want to lie to you. But what I do want to tell you is that everybody needs a separate way to make a little money in life. And so if you want to learn how to make content, learn how to monetize, I believe I can help most folks. I've been very helpful to some folks out there. A lot of folks have been gracious enough to give me their seal of approval. And you can do it one or two ways. You can go with a consultation, one-on-one, where I break down your channel and do everything I can, or you can come to the class, and the class is $50 a month for 8 classes a month. $50 for 8 classes a month, and we coach you up and we have a curriculum. Where else do we have going here? I got Fayetteville, North Carolina. I almost said North Carolina. Fayetteville, North Carolina. Miami Gardens, Florida. Congress Heights, Washington, D.C. Congress Heights. Kenny Peoples. Detroit. I got somebody from Detroit. Hey, the P is free. Man, I love
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
The P is free. I absolutely appreciate that. All right, and we know about Deontay Wilder. Why did he get married in the first? Well, men get married because men want to be married. And I am not somebody who tells anybody not to get married. I just tell everybody, understand when you're getting married. I see somebody with a Go Texans here. Man, you must be related to my little cousin, boy. My little cousin, my big cousin and my little cousin be going back and forth with Dallas and the Texans. But like I said, men get married because they want to get married. And it is what it is. And there's nothing more I can say about that. So let's go. All right. Let's get into the content. And ladies, and I'm speaking to the ladies out there, but some, and for the fellas, it's crazy how we can go and see examples of men being the good guy, men being a nice guy, men taking in an extra family, taking care of folks, and then men getting done wrong, done dirty. And it's up to the ladies. Yeah, because every time when I see something outlandish, when I look in the comments, the ladies are cheering it on. And I'm just an average guy. And I'm risk adverse. And I've worked very hard to have what I have. And when we see that, it makes us wonder, why should we go through those endeavors? All right. And I got somebody from Los Angeles, Brooklyn, New York, Sassy Joy, Brooklyn, New York, and Charles Ingram's from LA. And D Love says there's no incentive to get married outside of religion. And Kenny People, he can get the money back with no problem. Maybe after 5 fights, he can get the money back. And Pitbully 2726, men get married because females want to get married, and that is 100% truth. Well, Yeah. I mean, marriage is, in this country, I mean, ladies, let me talk to you for a second. I want you to understand that marriage is 100% geared towards you. The bridal party is geared towards you. This is your fantasy. It's not a man's fantasy to be married. But men, if they indulge themselves, if they want to be with you, if they love you, they're going to indulge your marriage fantasy. And men do it all the time. They do it all the time. But the question is this: if you're going to get your fantasy, what do you owe that person who gave you that fantasy? We see, you know, we talk real bad about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is being a good dude. Oh, he's a simp, he's this and that. But if you look at it from the outside looking in, if you zoom out, I'm not saying you should ever be this man. Russell Wilson is being the stereotypical good dude. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. Everything this man's supposed to do, Russell Wilson's doing it. So, with that being said, he's looked down upon on society, and his woman is not respecting him. And what do we talk about his woman not respecting him? I don't care what he says. When he goes out and Sierra's out there with her booty out, when they go out and Sierra's making songs like she's single with him and she's not celebrating him, it's crazy. Now we got Deontay Wilder. And before we get into Deontay Wilder, we got a little more content. That's like the grand finale. But I just want to tell ladies this. You cannot go around and act like you're perfect. You can't go around and act like you deserve everything when the end result is pain and suffering for the opposite party. You're never going to make it. You know, we've told women in this society that they never have to be better. If you fat, somebody gonna fight over you. I mean, in every comment of a big girl who should be trying to lose weight, who should be trying to take care of herself, who should be trying to make herself better, there's a bunch of heifers in the comment telling her that the only thing that matters is confidence and you don't need to get better. But a man better have his shit absolutely together. Oh my goodness. A man better have his money right. He better have his attitude right. He better not be lazy. Lord forbid he come home and want to do something stupid like play a video game. Lord forbid he want to hang out with his boys. She ain't going to do none of that. She don't want none of that. He better have his butt 2, 3, 4 jobs if it takes to make sure that she's okay. And when you talk about a woman and you talk to a woman and you ask her, what does a man have to do to be with you? 9 times out of 10, it's some financial bull junk. If it's financial bull junk, and then what is he going to get on the back end? You don't even want to improve yourself. You know, you like one of the most hilarious things is like, I see like ladies talk about postpartum, and I believe that's real, by the way. Everything, mental issues are real. Things can happen after you have a baby. Do you think that your grandma had a chance after she had a child? And 9 times out of 10, your grandparents worked or they had to do something around the house to contribute. Do you think after she had a baby, she was able to sit around and complain about anything? She had to get right back to work. We've made this world so easy that people, men and women, are walking around in a world of delusion. In a world of delusion. So let's get into the content. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Kenny Peoples. And I want to thank all the folks for spending your evening with me. And I'll do my best to make sure that it's rock'em sock'em robots. So let's get into it.
Where are the men that like mid-looking black women? Because yes, most black women are drop dead gorgeous, but then there's black women that look like me that aren't drop dead gorgeous. We still need love though.
So again, this is one of those situations where look at this lady. Everybody needs love. Okay, you just need love too. But you're coming to the playing field saying just where is somebody who's going to accept me no matter what? You're on TikTok, you're on the World Wide Web. This is going to go viral, and this is what you wanted to do, and you look like straight up and down creature feature. Yes, you're natural. Hey, good. You're natural. Your skin's natural. Your hair ain't dead. You bucking your eyes. You're not talking about anything like what you bring. Just where is somebody who likes me, but where's your fitness level? Where is your, it's not just self-conscious. Where is your external work? If you're a beautiful person on the inside, guess what? We see the outside first. Could you imagine if I walked up to a lady and said, hey, ma, listen, I know I'm about 555 pounds. And I know I got a bad smell about me because I can't reach around and rinse it off. But, you know, where's the ladies who like medium ugly guys? Y'all would look at me like I'm a fool.
I've been single for 16 years. 16 years, guys.
She's been single for 16 years. Damn. So what I want to say is that it's the absolute idea of insanity that you're going to do the exact same thing that you've done for 16 years and not change. You know that she didn't go into it like, hey, I've been to the gym. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm practicing on my femininity. I'm trying to discover what men like. I'm trying to find out. I'm talking to my male friends. I'm finding out the things that they like and don't like. See, if you get a male friend who's not attracted to you, he'll just tell you the truth. I had a homegirl that I did jujitsu with, and she said, I'm just wondering why I couldn't get a dude. And I was like, because you're big. You're a big girl. Right? I mean, I'm just telling her the truth. I've been 150 pounds bigger than I am right now. I was bigger than I am right now, 150 pounds. It's really funny because people always ask me, they're like, take care of your health. This, not my, I breathe through my mouth because I've had my nose broken so many times in fights in Thai boxing. But I mean, I'm not out of breath. But I knew people who get out of breath when they walk up a flight of stairs and they're wondering why they're in the situation they're in. And the truth is this, if you're in that situation that you're in, you have to start trying to change. If you failed for 16 years, there is absolute nothing that anybody can do for you if you failed for 16 years. I'm sorry. It's up to you. It's up to you. And I just wanted to open up with that. I wanted to open up with people understanding and the ladies understanding something. And I also wanted to open up with something from Kevin Samuels. And it's an AI baby, Kevin. And shout out to the Family Circle Facebook group, who they've been putting together these AI memes of Kevin Samuels. And I like it because it's not like a replica of Kevin Samuels. You know it's not real. You know it's AI. So it's not like anything that's meant to fool you or be deceptive. It puts it in the proper framing. But I found this really useful to go with this medium ugly thing.
Today we're talking about one simple truth. Pretty don't pay the rent. See, somewhere along the way, women started believing that attraction could replace contribution, that looks alone could lock down loyalty. But here's the truth. Beauty might open doors, but character, peace, and consistency are what keep them open. You can't decorate dysfunction and call it desirable. Pretty without purpose is like a luxury car with no engine. It looks good parked, but it ain't going nowhere. Don't chase the picture, chase the peace. Because peace ages better than beauty, and respect lasts longer than attraction. Looks might get...
And this is what I'm talking about. Pretty gets you in the door. Ladies, it's a lot of work to do to catch the dude that you want. Just like men, there's a lot of work you have to do. Here's the thing. If you're born pretty, you got a lot. You got some advantages. I mean, there's some good-looking dudes out there who ain't got a good-looking woman. There's some good-looking dudes out there who run into your woman. It just depends on the situation and where that person is and what he has going on. Because it comes a certain point in everyone's life where you could be, like you can't be 55 years old and just good-looking. It's over. It's over for that for you. So ladies are coming to the realization that you have to have more than just the outside or more than just the inside. And I know a lot of ladies think that that's unfair, but you know what? Life is not fair. Life is not fair. And just because men pander to you to get the panties does not mean that you are in fact keepable and cuffable. I bet you that lady who's been single for 16 years we just talked to, I bet you she's been bust down a bunch of times, but nobody wants to cuff her. And she's trying to figure out why. Who's somebody who's going to be with me? And the truth is this. You got to be the best representation on the outside, and you got to work on the inside. And that's the truth for everybody. That's the truth for everybody because, I mean, Kenny, people's like, what she bring to the table? I mean, well, what she's going to bring is a sense of entitlement, because she never said, what do I need to do? She just said, we're the ones who like her. If you ain't found somebody to like you for 16 years, you need to change you. It's that simple. But since people pander, since Dr. Umar will get up here and say, regardless of what, I'm going to take you because you're black over anybody else. She could be a damn supermodel, but Dr. Umar going to get up here, hey, black queens forever, snow bunnies never. And Dr. Umar, he don't like it when you date anybody except black people. Dr. Umar is the #1 cock police in the world. He is the #1 pocket watcher in the world. Dr. Umar does everything except build a fucking school. That's what Dr. Umar does. And I just got nothing. I had nothing but respect when I first seen Dr. Umar. He was intelligent. He had worked on the ADHD to prison pipeline. He was very honest, and he was actually under a practice. He was actually a school psychologist for elementary school, and he threw all of that credibility away. Where people who brought him to the forefront are apologizing for it, he threw all of that credibility away because he found out that pandering was going to be worth more money than telling the damn truth. So when he comes out and he says, hey, black queens forever, snow bunnies never, he doesn't tell them, hey, sisters, you need to do this and do that. And every time he does do that, when he said, what's the difference between a snow bunny and a black queen? Well, the snow bunny will get a dude when he's working and build him all the way up, but a black woman wants to wait at the finish line. Then black women rebelled against him, and he had to come back and totally double back and attack black men to get out of that. And that's the problem. You don't need somebody to tell you what you want to hear. You need someone to tell you the motherfucking truth at one point. And a lot of y'all ain't listening to each other. When I looked in that ladies' comment section, 9 comments from ladies said, oh, baby, it's just your vibe and how you carry yourself. No, heifer, it's how you look. If it's been 16 years, your vibe ain't did shit. It's just the truth. Dr. Umar is funny, though. Yeah, he say the same thing 3 times. I think he be chatting. But Dr. Umar gets on my nerves because he does a lot of doublespeak. And as we all know, Venus Williams just got married. So let's get into the next piece of content.
So
shout out to Messy Michelle.
Dr. Umar is making the case that Venus and Serena, from what they got happening to them when they were in tennis, which all that stuff he said was true.
It hurts my soul to see Serena Williams marry outside the race, but I know why she did it. She had been made to feel unattractive. Venus and Serena were the victims of psychological trauma at the hands of white America that Nicki Minaj loves so much.
So this is very interesting, because what Dr. Umar is doing right now is he's taking somebody who has become fallen out of favor with black women, Nicki Minaj, and he's reinforcing a black woman that they know they're going to be happy because she's married to a white man. Now, when Kobe Bryant passed away, what Dr. Umar said is that his wealth is going to somebody who's not black. Now, he's died and all that wealth, and whenever a black man marries anybody outside of the race who's rich, he's upset because their wealth has left. But here Dr. Umar makes an excuse because she's been oppressed by white society. Kobe Bryant grew up in the same society. As a matter of fact, he grew up overseas in Europe. So he's been the only black person in a lot of places. And he's had arguably more pressure coming out of high school and playing for the Lakers. Probably more pressure because his success didn't come right away. He wasn't crushing people. He had to actually work and build himself up. He's been under pressure too. But the way Umar talks about it is totally different. And these are the things that we have to ask ourselves why. But it's easy because Umar wants to pander. And as long as you pander, you're going to make it with black women. They're going to pay your bills. And they're going to look past all the stuff.
That she says she's so...
Wait, what? Hold the f*** up. Hold on. Back in the...
Messy Michonne's hella funny, dude. She's one of the best streamers, and she's hilarious. I watch her all the time. Shout out to her.
What are we saying?
Trailblazers. kicking ass all over the tennis world, being disrespected about their hair, their body, their beautiful chocolate skin, their lips, their nose, their buttocks.
By white people.
I love both of them sisters.
But my question is this: if she was getting beat down by white people so much, then why did she go marry a white man? You see, these are the things that don't make sense. Did she just want to be white? She had a black daddy in her life. You know, there was black gang members who actually protected them. So these are the things. It's a weird contrast that he's trying to make here. And I can guarantee you he's never spoken to them about this. They don't want to speak to him if they're going to go marry a white man. So I'm just interested on where is he getting this information from?
Of them both are.
Right.
It hurts my soul to see Serena Williams marry outside the race, but I know why.
It hurts my soul to see Serena marry out of the race, but
she did it.
But he knows why she did it. Why?
She had been made to feel unattractive. Venus and Serena were the victims of psychological trauma at the hands of white America that Nicki Minaj loves so much.
But here's a situation that I'm concerned about, or here's the hypocritical nature of Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar ain't never said that about no other athlete. He said it about the women. Dr. Umar didn't say that about Kobe. He didn't say that about all of the black athletes that he said, you know, there's a snow bunny crisis for the black athletes in the NBA and NFL. He never said none of that. He never said that they grew up thinking they were ugly because they were too black or they were just made fun of. He didn't grow. None of that happened. None of that happened. There was no excuse making. I think it's all BS. I think that Serena and Venus Williams, they are marrying somebody who is acceptable to their social circle in the money that they make, who they can get. They both older. They're both athletic. They're not interested in having a bunch of athletic kids, so they're not trying to marry, 7'1" football, basketball players. They're doing what they want to do. It's hard for me to think that somebody who's an absolute multimillionaire has not had the therapy to get themselves free of any syndrome that they may have if they wanted to. Now, do I think that they were abused? I remember firsthand the way they talked about these ladies. They called them ugly. They called them masculine. They called them all types of things. And that was because they were blowing the doors off other folks. They were beating women tennis players like men would beat them. So I understand how they could be under pressure, but I don't understand how you can make excuses for them that you wouldn't extend to a man, except the fact that you want to pander.
White men can be praised for dating a much more successful black woman. A black man in the same situation, society will challenge his masculinity for dating a more successful black woman.
Now, this is very interesting because I never thought about this when I seen this, but I started juxtaposing everything that people always say about a man when he's with a woman with more money. I think about how the women talk about a man and how a man's treated when he gets alimony from that woman. Who's that? Mary J. Blige's man? Mary J. Blige's ex-husband. He's getting alimony. He's getting money. Mary J. Blige had to go on tour. Everybody felt sorry for Mary J. Blige. Nobody feels sorry for when a professional athlete is still fighting. He's still fighting at 40, 42, 43, 44, 45 years old, getting beat up by Jake Paul to pay child support. Even though Jake Paul just got obliterated, thank goodness. But nobody gets upset when they see athletes doing that. Nobody thinks about that, when they have to pay. Why are men looked upon as weak if they're with somebody who, I'm not saying that they should take advantage of them, but that's a very interesting dichotomy there.
There is a young man on social media talking about how classism is keeping a lot of people single.
Publicized their relationship troubles in a social media post criticizing a dress she wore to an Usher concert.
And let's come to the whole crux of the situation. I remember this. We did a video about this, how she was here with somebody with a baby and she was out flirting with Usher. And we know Usher don't respect nobody's. He don't care about nobody's relationship. Your woman out there, Usher gonna rub all upon her, and you know he got a bump shooter, so he gonna get her. But the bottom line is that what I'm saying is that when they started having issues, I mean, this man, the man she was with, it's not like he was brokey, not like he was just poor. Dude was worth over $500,000. And I'm gonna tell you, very few people that I know are worth materialistically, if you take all their property out and they share the property, $500,000. That's a lot of money. That's not somebody who's broke. That's not somebody who's not making it. That's not somebody who's living check to check. That is a solid upper middle class lifestyle that he's bringing to the table. And it's very interesting how they treated her man.
Quote, it's the outfit though. You a mom.
And when he railed up against her outfit, what did everybody say? Well, he broke. He doesn't have a right to say anything about her. He doesn't have a right to say anything. Why would he say that? Why would he talk about her? But my question is this, and it goes back to like Umar making excuses for Venus and Serena. We make excuses for women that we wouldn't make an excuse for a man. Because if a man was out there and he was at a strip club with a bunch of strippers on his lap or a bunch of ladies on his lap with their booty out, and he was married or he was with somebody committed, he was living with somebody, and she got upset, the women of the community would rail against him. They would be absolutely done with the BS. They would be done with him.
Randomly was on my phone and I saw a Shade Room post of the comment, and I was honestly just shocked.
The 31-year-old sat with People for their new cover story ahead of releasing her new memoir, Master of Me.
And now, of course, she had a toxic, and this is the craziest thing. This is the thing that gets me all the time. It's always a toxic relationship. It is never your fault. Oh, he was controlling because he didn't want me there with my ass out. You know, he and then the women are going to back her up and say he was never good enough for her anyway. She was richer than him. She's a star. He's not a star. He's a nobody. He's Mr. Mom. Well, if he was that bad, why the hell did she choose him? If he's that bad of a person, why are you choosing him, ma'am? Why are you sleeping with him? Why are you having a baby with him? If he's that bad of a person, when did he become toxic? When did your relationship become toxic? Before the child or after the child? Let me tell you when it became toxic. That relationship became toxic when he had some fucking standards about himself. When he sat there and he told you, listen, you cannot go out there with your ass out because in 10 years and 15 years, when our kid grows up, they're going to be saying, hey, I didn't see your mama's butt cheeks when she was younger. Your mama still busted out like that? Trust me, I was the number one person to talk about somebody until they wanted to fight when I was young. I was that guy. And if I had any ammunition like that, oh man, I would have had kids going home crying. They would have been totally upset. Call it bullying, call it whatever you want. I would have called it keep your mama out the damn street. If your mama got her ass out like that, in 15 years, it's just going to be like the Freaknik. All of the pictures from the Freaknik, when that Freaknik documentary on Hulu came out, all those women, they were suing and they were doing everything in their power because they knew they was out there busting it down, and they thought, oh my goodness, somebody that snapped a Polaroid and kept the negatives and they're going to expose my ass. And this is the situation here. Now we're doing it live in effect on the damn internet, and this is going to last forever. So when she's there with her butt cheeks out and she's disrespecting her man, and her man says, come on, you're a mom, it's not up to society to beat them down. What they should have did was handle it in their house together. He was wrong for putting out the tweet. But then she turns around and she goes to People, she writes a book, and she calls him toxic. And my question is always this: when exactly did that man become toxic? Was he toxic before you had the baby? Because if he was, you just liked toxic.
In it, she writes, quote, I wish I could say he was terrible the entire time, or that I was, but it wasn't that black and white. And I didn't want my son to think his father is a monster.
And let me tell you the translation about that. He wasn't terrible the entire time. I just couldn't stand him telling me what I could and could not do and how I could conduct myself, which he thought was improper. When he felt disrespected, I was not able to deal with that. So he's toxic. So she's going to say he wasn't bad all the time because she's smart enough to know that her son's going to grow up with him. And her son's going to look at him and say, Pops ain't that bad. I don't understand what's going on. But the truth is that when you're having babies with somebody And we all know that it's better to raise them together or the father to raise them. When you're having children with somebody, it stops becoming about your happiness and it becomes about the happiness of that child and what's going on with that child. And 9 times out of 10, when there's a divorce happens with a baby, people are making that divorce because they're not happy. They're not happy. He's not beating her up. You know, she said domestic violence, but then it went away suddenly. He wasn't throwing stuff around. He wasn't not doing his job. He wasn't not being there for his kid. No, he told her, you can't be out here with your ass out flirting with Usher because it's embarrassing to the family.
Because I don't. They have since amicably settled on a joint custody agreement.
Is fame the biggest stressor?
And it's one of those things. So you see again, she has to admit over and over again, the good guy gets the shaft. The good guy gets the shaft over and over again. So ladies, can you imagine a dude looking at the next person coming up? Do you guys realize who Deontay Wilder was? I mean, you're looking at somebody who didn't have a huge amount of boxing talent as far as skills, but he was powerful, he was willing to fight, he was hungry, and he was doing it for a reason. And all of a sudden, his career just fell off. Now, age has a lot to do with it. Deontay Wilder started older. Deontay Wilder didn't start at like 16. Oscar De La Hoya was in the Olympics when he was like 17, 18 years old. That means that he had been boxing probably a decade before that or longer. Deontay Wilder was boxing, and 2 years later, he was in the Olympics. So you take a man like that who wants to take care of you, and he gets broken. And we're all sitting here watching him from the outside looking in, wondering what happened to his career. What happened to this man's career? Let me tell you what happened to his career. Men, this is a cautionary tale. You get with the wrong person, your life is destroyed. Your life is ruined if you get with the wrong person. You get with somebody who don't give a damn about you. You get with somebody who's not going to understand what noise to production ratio has to be in your life for you to be successful. And I'll break that down for you really quick. Every man, in order to be successful, you have to have a certain amount of productivity in your life. And the productivity better be a lot more than the noise that's going on. So if you're sitting here trying to work, like I work at home and I'm trying to work, I can't have distraction after distraction designed to stop me from getting my job done. I have to have everything working in harmony for the purpose of me taking care of this family. Period. Deontay Wilder doesn't have a stupid tech job. He doesn't have a stay-at-home administrative job. He has a job that when he goes in there, he can get killed. And he became one of the most dominant people because his noise ratio was extremely low. And when his noise ratio got higher, he started getting knocked out. He started losing. He started losing focus. He stopped improving. And let me tell you something, for somebody who's boxed, who's done Muay Thai, who's done martial arts his whole life, the minute you stop improving, if you're competing, you start getting beat half to death. So let me tell you something. And yes, I do remember when he got rid of Mark Breland. And I believe this is very, Pit Bully 2726. This is very good. He got rid of Mark Breland. I believe he got rid of Mark Breland after the first Tyson Fury fight. I believe after the first Tyson Fury fight. And when I say a dumb tech job, I mean that you're doing a job that it doesn't really make a difference. You're not going to get hurt if you do it. You know, just to answer D-Love 9034. It doesn't make a difference if you go get, you're not going to get knocked out on a tech job. Every time you make a mistake, it's not your life or death. And half the time what you're doing doesn't really make a difference to the greater good of the world. It makes a difference to the greater good of somebody's pocket. And it's not your pocket most of the time when you're working for somebody. So let's just take a look at what Deontay Wilder was.
That's touch of death.
Crazy. Like nobody ever. Think about that guy's record. 41 knockouts. 1 decision, 1 draw.
I got
got this.
It's incredible. Undefeated, 41 knockouts in 42 fights. I mean, that is bonkers.
No!
Well, he doesn't care to box. I understand it now. He's one guy that literally can shut everyone's lights out with one shot. Everyone's a knockout, but not like this guy.
So, as someone who's watched boxing my whole life, as someone who's watched boxing ever since I was a child and I watched Sugar Ray Leonard, I watched Hagler, I watched Duran, Chavez. I mean, my father was a huge boxing fan. As a matter of fact, we had boxing weekends where the fight came on, my dad would actually get the closed circuit television. That's back before pay-per-view. They call it closed circuit television. And I remember seeing Oscar De La Hoya versus Julio Cesar Chavez at a theater and paying to see it at a theater and being impressed. That was how they used to have like pay-per-view too if you couldn't get it to your house. I could tell you that Deontay Wilder's power was special. I don't think his boxing acumen and skill was special. I think his power was special. And like the people, when he went on that tear of knocking people out, he had to be focused on his task.
This guy's got, it's like another level of craziness. He's a phenomenal, like.
But he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he would go do himself on feet. Bang, bang. He was dead.
I mean, he was obliterating fools. And I'm telling you, just looking at this from a raw reaction, I understand that he's not the most technically sound boxer, but he had unheard of power.
Did you know?
And one of the things is like really when I was really watching this, and I realized how long that he actually boxed and why did he start boxing. Deontay Wilder is a good guy, dude. He's a good guy. And I think his power was up there with like George Foreman. I think Foreman was by far the most powerful boxer I ever watched in my life. I mean, Foreman, young and old, was just destroying people. But he's an absolutely good dude. And this is what I mean.
That the most feared knockout artist in boxing history never even wanted to be a boxer. He put on the gloves for the first time because his baby girl was born with a disability, and doctors said she might never walk. He was broke, just 21 years old. No job, no future. Football was gone. Basketball was gone. Life had already counted him out. But he looked at his newborn daughter and said, "Daddy is going to fight for you."
So, 21 years old when he decides to be a boxer. That's unheard of. To have the career that he had. And this is why he's special. And when I found out, and I heard this before, but when I was really looking into this and to find out that he was actually doing it for his daughter, he was doing it to make sure that his family, he could take care of his family. That's crazy. This is a good guy, right?
He walked into a boxing gym with nothing. No experience, no plan, just desperation and a promise. Within only 1 year, he made the Olympic team. Within 2 years, he was knocking giants unconscious. Every punch, every knockout wasn't for fame. It was medicine. It was hope. It was love. Today they call him the Bronze Bomber, a man with 43 knockouts, a 90% KO ratio, and power that can turn off the lights of any heavyweight on earth. But the world doesn't see the tears he cried when people closest to him stole more than $500,000. They don't see the betrayal, the heartbreak, the heavy weight he carried outside the ring. And still, every time he steps into the ring, he's not fighting for belts, not for headlines, not for money. He's fighting for the little girl who gave him a reason to live.
So it's kind of a common story, right? So like a lot of men who do trades, I'm going to let you in on a secret. People normally don't want to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and go work hard to the bone and come home after 8-9 hours, sometimes 10 or 12 hours, driving traffic. They don't want to do that. Have you ever seen a tradesman walk? He's bent over. You ever see an old boxer talk? Somebody who had a long career? Listen to James Toney, one of the best boxers ever. Listen to him. Look at Muhammad Ali at the end of his life. I mean, some of them are lucky and they're articulate. You know, Roy Jones Jr. is really articulate. Floyd Mayweather is articulate. George Foreman was articulate, but Hearns, Lewis. These people were beat down, man. He did that to take care of his daughter. Ladies, I don't care what you say. That is called a good guy. That's what you want. You want a man to be good to you. That's what you want, right? You want a man to be good to you, but what happens when you also want that man who's good to you when you start taking from him?
I had a meeting with my kids. I said, how y'all feel if I scoot y'all over? I scoot over a little slide and let somebody else get a little bit up. Yeah. And my kids are amazing. They my best friends. And they was down with it. So I moved a little space over and added her son in on my mother. And you ain't even my son for real.
Right. So this is the woman's dream, right? This was the woman's dream. Oh, ladies, isn't this what you want? I see it all the time. We are package deal. When you have kids, this man put a child that wasn't his on his will. And he didn't even do it behind his family's back. He's such a good dude that when he went and talked to his family, they was like, nah, it's cool. This is part of the family. So not only has he raised a family, but he's raised a family to be loving and caring. Everything that you ladies say you want. And everything that a dude will look at and say, hold on, homie. Are you sure? Listen, I don't want to tell a man what to do with his money ever. I don't let any man tell me what to do with my money. I don't pocket watch, and I don't expect nobody to pocket watch me. But at one point, when you see somebody saying this, it's like, hey, homie, you sure? You sure she the right one? Does she love you? Does she respect you? This ain't your kid, bruh. This ain't your kid.
Right. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And one of my kids' mother. You know what I'm saying? That my ex stole over $400,000 from me.
400?
Over $400,000 from me. She killed one of my childs because she.
$400,000 she took from him. And I heard something about unaliving a child.
She couldn't get child support in the state that she was in. They had a cap on it, so she wanted to move to California. See, that's where all the girls go.
That's
to.
where California
because
got
the
the
lawyers
laws
out there
there.
waiting on them, and the laws is a woman is innocent until proven guilty, and a man is guilty until proven innocent. Good luck.
And this is something I want to approach. I am so tired of listening to women with these fake facts when they've never spoken to a man, they've never spoken to an attorney, they've never really looked at the statistics, and they say 90%. Of course, women and like liberals will say 90% of men, if you fight for it, or 50% if you fight for custody, you get it. Well, let me tell you something. The only reason why your attorney is advising you to fight for custody is because your attorney looks at your case and understands that she is so behind the eight ball that you have a chance. The only people I've ever known to get custody of their child, their mothers were recovering drug addicts or in drug diversion programs, and they got their children when they got out a year after they got out. As soon as they do their probation, they're good. She got to be a felon for him to have kids, and she can always petition. We got to stop these lies. Now, this dude is a good man. And not only is he a good man, he has everything that this woman absolutely says she wanted. He has status. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. Dude is like 6'5" or 6'7" or something ridiculous. Being a good man is impossible sometimes. But this is the thing that absolutely infuriated me and why I wasn't even going to go live on this. I was going to do something totally different. I had something for an end of review plan. We're going to go through all of the tips, greatest hits, this, that. Nah, screw that. Let me talk about something real. And you know what? It's not a popular subject because if I put up a bunch of struggle rappers and say I'm going to go in on them, I'll have 200 people in the chat. But if I'm talking about a man's subject and I'm being real with it and I'm being honest with you and I'm saying that, ladies, this is the reason why dudes don't want to get married. This is the reason right here why dudes are so hesitant to deal with you if you have a child. And, hey, people ain't showing up for this. It's cool, though. It's cool. We're going to talk. I got enough people in here. The folks who rock with me, and they understand my heart. They understand what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is this. When I looked in the chat, I was disgusted because what lady said was 400,000. Let me get me one. That's what it said in the comments. When you go to TikTok, 400,000, let me get me one. When Russell Simmons came out and said, I paid $50,000 a month for 20 years to Kimora, why are you calling yourself and saying you're a single mom and you're doing it by yourself with no help? Nobody said, Kimora, 50,000, you need to shut up, girl. You rich. That's not being a single mom. You got maids, you got cooks, you got drivers, $50,000 a month. You got everything. And you know Russell was paying extras. You know Russell paid for private school if that's what they needed. You know Russell paid for any soccer, any stuff like that. He gave you a damn company. You got baby fat. What happened? In the chat, lady said, 50,000 a month, let me get me a rich person. And then you wonder, you stupidly wonder why men are so hesitant, why we're so hesitant to get married. I can't blame the young dudes. My generation, I seen value in it, but like I'm talking to my little nephew. My little nephew's not 40 yet. I'm like, I don't know, homie. You got a kid, you got 100% custody, you're doing your thing. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe you don't need it.
And don't have no money because they're gonna extort you.
Yeah.
You understand me? Judges and lawyers knowing each other and all that, and I'm telling you,
And let me bring up the fact about extortion, because I have long conversations with the lead attorney about this before I had it on stream. And I've had conversations in back chats with lawyers. I have lawyers in my family. One of my good friends is an intellectual property lawyer. And all of this stuff about, when you challenge in court, I don't think we really understand. 9 times out of 10, you absolutely wind up paying legal fees. And that's where the extortion comes in, because what that other lawyer is going to do is he's going to say, oh, you want to fight? Okay, well, we're going to fight. We're going to go to trial. We're going to fight all the time. More money for me. So you're paying for your own demise. When you settle, you're settling with yourself. It's the devil you know because you pay the devil. And then you wonder, ladies, why dudes are so hesitant. Oh, and don't bring up a prenup, man. Half of you heifers would flip around, have a conniption, roll your eyeballs back, spin around, and shoot projectile vomit like the exorcism if you talk about a damn prenup. And a prenup could say, listen, I just don't want to pay legal fees and you can't have alimony. Oh, well, you planning on breaking up already? Well, you must be planning on breaking up already if you don't want to sign a damn piece of paper. If it's going to be forever, why ain't you signing a paper, ma'am? Well, I just think it's weird talking about this and that. All of the cabbage that I hear when I hear people say that is absolutely ridiculous. We hear it 100% of the time. You go to any place online and you turn it on and they'll tell you. They'll tell you that any place online. They don't want to get married. They don't want to get married if it's going to be a prenup. And dudes, man, and let me tell you, I see dudes talk about Dr. Dre, he paid $100 million. Dr. Dre was a billionaire. He paid 1/10. That's the power of a prenup. It sounds like a lot of money until you zone out and you see that he had $1 billion and he paid $100 million. That's nothing. He was happy. He had a t-shirt that said divorced as fuck. But just think if you only got $200,000 and you got to give her $10,000, $20,000, you're going to be happy and throw them disposable assets away because you can get more.
I've been through so much, bro. And to go through that and to have somebody that you have taken care of for years, she was a person that lost her job she'd tell everybody she was a CPA, but you was a CNA, a certified nurse assistant. That's the lowest of the low in the hospital if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But you want to tell people you certain things because you want to look a certain part that you're really not. You know what I'm saying? And now you lose your job as that. You can't even wipe ass right. You done lost your job wiping somebody's ass because you ain't wipe it right. He still stink.
Hey, she can't even wipe ass right. So I want you to think about this. He took somebody in without a job, and I'm gonna tell him something this. And listen, I love Kevin Samuels, and I know I've spoken to people in his camp. I'm friends with somebody who was really close with him, and she's in camp. And let me tell you something. Mr. Samuels was right about a lot of stuff, and I think that we should always pay respect to folks who came in who put it down. First of all, a master content creator, worked his way up, talk to the men bad and greasy before you ever talk to women. So all the ladies out there, if you never listen to that, you listen to it, you'll chuckle, because I used to chuckle. But he was wrong about not caring what somebody has. I'm sorry, it's a new day and age, ladies. You got to have something to get with me. That's right. If I got a house, you got to be able to have a house. I'm sorry. I'm financially celibate, baby. I ain't here to spend all the money up, and then when you leave, I ain't got nothing. I'm going to ration it like you ration that coochie before you get that ring. I got to. Kevin Samuels was absolutely wrong about a woman not having nothing. We don't care about your education if you want to throw it in our face. If your education isn't going to help us run our business, then I don't care about it. I don't care about your job if your job's not going to put into the pot and build wealth for the family generationally, then fuck it. But I ain't messing with you if you ain't willing to do it right with me, baby. And it don't got to be no 50-50. I can pay more than 50-50, but if you ain't willing to get down, this is what I tell a young man, because I already got somebody. She has brought a lot to the table. And everything I said, she had. Property, real job, making real money. She had all that. You know? So I'm telling the young men out there, if you're looking to get with somebody, even in a situation, even if you spend time, do not spend time with somebody who ain't worth shit. If they're a bust down, then bust it down. But that's it. But do not, they shouldn't even be able to come over your house and stay past 9 o'clock if they ain't shit. They shouldn't be able to do it. I don't care. It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting her and moving her with me. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And helped her out and all this stuff. And this is how you repay me. I took the role of being your son's father. Not just a daddy, but a father.
Right. And this is what most men are scared of. Ladies, I hope you're listening. If any ladies are in the chat, I hope you're listening. This is what men are worried about. Men are worried about taking this role and it falling apart.
I went in so hard, bro. I went in so hard to the point where I put them on my wheel. I put her in my wheel as well too. Yeah. You was just my girlfriend. You ain't even my wife.
I hope that still ain't dead, man.
Yeah, man. I hope that still ain't. One time the son said, "You ain't my daddy." Now that's one thing you don't say to him.
And so when I heard this, I knew I was going to stop and talk about this. That's the mother's fault. That's the mother for telling her kids not to respect. You mean to tell me this man then went and put your funky ass on the wheel with your stupid ass goofy ass son on the wheel. He done made sure that he has secured your future. And you gonna sit there and allow your son to talk cash money shit to this man. And this is what women do. You know why? Because her son is more important than him. Think about how stupid that is. Your son is more important than a man. I don't care if he came out to you. I don't care what your emotional attachment. It doesn't make logical sense. This man is making sure that your whole life goes round and round. This man is paying for everything. You are up in his will. You know, you didn't even have a damn job. He moved you into his house. You couldn't wipe ass right. Ass still stank. That's what he said. He did all of this for you. And you gonna sit there and allow your funky, doofy ass, half slow son to talk crap to him like that. This is your fault, lady. You raised a horrible son. And you're right. And this is why, as Kay Sager says, playing stepdad is insane, especially when you're a man. That's why we say that. We say that because of situations like this. Man, I would never tell somebody. And I had a long conversation with a young dude. He called me. He was somebody I mentored before. I haven't talked to him for 2 years. And he called me and said, "Hey, coach, I need to talk to you about something. I met this bad female." And I said, "Word? Hey, I'm still a man. I always want to hear about meeting a bad female." And I was like, "Well, tell me about it, young blood. Tell me about the bad female." And he said, "Man, she bad, bruh. She's Mexican and Filipina. I said, man, where you, a Mexican Filipino, where you meet her at? Well, he down to LA now. So I'm like, okay, he down to LA. Oh, she you know, she's doing this and that. And she go to this college and this. I said, word, that's cool, man. That's cool. Because he go to a private school. I ain't gonna say the college he go to. And he's like, she's bad, she's beautiful, this and that. She got a kid. I said, don't mess with her, bro. You too young. You too young. But no ifs, ands, or buts, bro. I don't care if the sun rises and falls out of her ass, bro. Don't do it. These harlots nowadays, let me tell you something. When I was coming up in the early 80s, late 80s and early 90s, if a dude came in and played a stepdad, the entire family treated dude like the savior. He was damn near the knight in shining armor. Oh, man, he would get his plate made. Man, she wouldn't even make his plate. Her mom would make his damn plate. He went to the house. He wouldn't have to lift a thing. He couldn't wash a dish in that house. He didn't take that. But nowadays, these women look you cash in the eye and say, hey, you know what? You might as well just you might as well just be an idiot in this house. You might as well just be an idiot in this house. And ladies, I respect the fact. Listen, things happen too. I'm gonna tell you something. Things happen. I know a lot of ladies who got kids who were good women. Messed around and found out. We have to allow people to change their ways. But I can't tell no dude they're under 40 to do that. Now, if you're 45, 48 years old, you already got a kid. You got a damn teenager. Your kid already grown. You 50, your kid's grown. Well, hell, you might not want to mess with somebody who's 25 years old. You might want to mess with adults. You're probably going to have a kid. You in your 50s. It is what it is. You old enough to make your decisions. If you ain't learned how to safeguard your belongings by then you wasn't going to do it anyway, homie. You already lost. But for these young dudes, when you're building yourself, when you're coming up, man, you can't do that. And a man who's a heavyweight champion of the world, they're taking your kids and this to happen, man, I don't care what you say. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man, that ain't your daddy. Don't remind him that you ain't his daddy.
I will never get over that you ain't my daddy shit.
Don't remind me that.
I know that, but you ain't got to say it like
I done fed you, took you on all these trips, giving you a beautiful life.
Yeah.
I ain't your daddy. I'm put you on my wheel. Bro, when he did that, bro, I ran to my lawyer then to try to get that, you know what I mean? Because I felt like I was finna have a heart attack. Seriously. Yeah.
And now we have an understanding of what happened to this man, to his career. Now we know what happened to this man's career. Hey, JT Coin Rings with the $2 super chat. JT Coin Ring. JT, I need to talk to you about a ring, man. So hit me up, Grover at THPP Network. Hit me up, sir. Salute with the $2 super chat. Well, since we don't get a lot of super chats, and I know you from the wonderful DMV, I think we might have to make way for the big girls.
Big girls. Big girls. Big girls. Big girls. Big girls. Big girls. Big girls. Big girls. Big girl. 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 Big girl.
Yes, yes, yes. Hey, thank you for the $2 super chat, JT. Hey, you don't have to spend $1 or a dime. What I'm really after is your time. I want you to tune in and tune out. But what I do is I appreciate you 100%. OG in the house. Thank you. Shout out to El Guapo, Beautiful Lies, where I got the idea for that super chat from. Big girls in the house. Now, I know a lot of folks, you're looking at them big girls, and you're like, come on, G, give us something to even it out. Well, all right. I see you. Sly Silver Slick Bronx. I know. So let's see if you like this. We got to even it out a little. I see some people that are like, yeah, so my man from the Bronx, he liked them Afro-Latinos. You know, I got some funny New York stories. I tried to live in New York for like 6 months. New York is fast, bro. I felt like I was super country. I did not live in the Bronx, though. I stayed over there in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, down the street from the Ghostbusters house, with my cousin in the brownstone. The New York experience. And I'm going to tell you something. Everybody walks fast, talks fast, and will get in your ass. And not the way that you think. Pause. But it is absolutely cool, man. It was a cool place. I enjoyed my time there. But alas, I got called off to Europe, and I was able to live there. So I went and did my thing. But I want to thank everybody. And I want to talk about this Deontay Wilder thing. You know, I'm not going to lie. I love boxing, and I love Deontay Wilder, man. I love Deontay Wilder. And I think Deontay Wilder is absolutely a great American story. Somebody who went and worked his ass off for his family. He's doing what a man's supposed to do. But ladies, when I see these type of things happen, y'all got to start correcting yourselves. You know, I did a whole stream last time with just getting into Passport Bros. A Passport Bro, not Passport Bros, but a Passport Bros case for just degeneracy. And I also told the other fellas, like, look, you can't come out here and just show craziness and not expect to be looked at as crazy. Ladies, you need to talk to the other women, because you can't tell somebody that they need to do this crazy thing like be a stepdad and then applaud it and not say nothing when somebody gets taken advantage of. Y'all got to be way more upset than the men in this case, because the men are going to look at dude and say, hey, bro, we told you so, bro. We told you not to go out there. We told you not to get them heifers a second chance. They done already messed up. She had a baby out of wedlock, bro. She already was out there, you know, skin to skin, the only way to win. She got caught out there. Homeboy shot the club up. She had a baby. She couldn't even retain the dude that got her pregnant. The dude who got her pregnant wasn't shit. He wasn't a good dude. He didn't have a good job. And now you supposed to come in and play the step dummy. That's what we're going to tell them. We're going to tell them we told you so, because that's how dudes deal with other dudes. We don't give you sympathy. We give you reality when you come to us. Man, you come trying to cry on the dude's shoulder, and it's like, all right, homie, listen. I'm going to be real honest with you, homeboy. Like, you knew that was coming, right? You knew it was coming, right? That's what we going to tell them. We ain't going to, ladies, you need to be upset on her case. Y'all need, where's the outrage with the ladies? That's what I'm trying to find out. There is none. With Kimora Simmons, and it don't make a difference what race the woman is. This is one thing I got to tell brothers, and I tell sisters. Sisters love to say, oh, that's your preference. That's your preference. Man, I done seen sisters take somebody to the cleaners. I done seen white girls take somebody to the cleaners. I done seen Asian ladies take somebody to the cleaners. It don't make a difference. Latinas don't make a difference. If money comes involved, they will take your ass to the cleaners. And the only thing that will stop this is just one or two things. Number one, what dudes gonna do is they gonna be like, you know what? Just no more. I ain't messing with your ass no more. I ain't messing with you. You know why, lady? I ain't messing with nobody with kids. I am only messing with a certain type of woman. I know my worth. Or two, y'all better do some damn correction and some case correction. But here's the problem. Women lie to women. Because just like that girl right here, just like this girl.
Where are the men?
Talking that medium ugly stuff. All the women were in the chat saying it didn't make a difference how you look. That it's your vibe. It's your vibe. Are you serious? Y'all gonna sit here and tell somebody it's your vibe? And then she gonna be out there by herself.
Remember the 1st of November. Winter is here.
She gonna be cold as hell all winter long. When she need that financial backup, she ain't gonna have it. She better be damn good. She better be tippy top. But y'all gonna sit here. Y'all gonna sit here. And y'all gonna lie to each other and tell her that no, get your big ass in the gym. Lose some fucking weight. And you know what's funny? That's what they told me. You guys go on if you want to and look at THPPP Network episode 1 and how big I was. I'll put it up at the end of the year review. And I'll put up my pictures from Brazil. It looked like two different people. And it's funny. People be like, oh, you big now. Bro, I'm half the man I used to be. I had to make a positive change in my life because reality told me that as a man, I could not keep going that way. And 100 pounds wasn't enough. So my question is, if I came to that realization as a man, when are women going to come to the realization that you cannot continue the same path? You know, y'all love talking all this capital. Oh, we got the 4B movement, and you know, in Korea, Korea's in danger of going away. Let me let you in on a secret. The only reason why women have security is because men secure them. Let me say it again. The only reason that women have security is because men secure them. If women had to defend themselves against men, it would be nothing. If you're going to sit here and think that a country is going to let itself, with the military, go away, well, why don't we just let North Korea just conquer them then? Because let me tell you something. I wish you would tell them North Koreans you ain't going to do something to keep North Korea going. It'll be sanctioned graping. And nobody wants that, but that is the truth. That is the truth. Yeah, everybody is. A matter of fact, not only is everybody ugly to somebody, but if you were in a room with all pretty people and somebody only seen pretty people their whole life, that ugly person might actually be considered exotic and pretty. Isn't that funny? Perception is reality. And when you ladies come out here saying stupid stuff like the 4B movement, medium ugly, or you're cheering on somebody who took $400,000 from Deontay Wilder, the perception of a man is that we ain't never going to deal with no woman like you. And you guys can say all you want about men getting their passports and traveling abroad and meeting people abroad and this, that, and this. Everybody ain't a weirdo and a freak. Most of the fellas I know are really well off. You know, I was talking to somebody who just came back from Mexico, you know, on a vacation. And he was asking me some YouTube questions when he was there because he had something, and I talked to him for a while. And he's like, man, the game out here is different. I'm like, yeah, I understand. It's nice. He's like, man, the women are really nice. When you talk to them, they talk back to you. They don't have an attitude. And I said, yeah, you know, I said, it helps you speak some Spanish. He's like, yeah, it really helps. He says, but I'm not out here like leading with my wallet. I'm just talking about bumping into somebody. Hey, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? It's just politeness. You know, in Mexico, you walk by people, it's polite to say good morning and good afternoon. You know, stuff that we used to do. I know. You know, you walk by somebody in the morning, buenos dias, buenas tardes in the afternoon. You know, buenas noches at night. You say hello to people. You talk to people. And if you talk to a woman will talk back to you. She'll be respectful. She might not have a long conversation with you, but that's what I'm saying. When you see stuff like this, it makes men look other places. You know? And especially the sisters. Y'all better watch out. Because, you know, y'all can tell all the cabbage how much white men want you, but they don't. They don't. Because they see the same thing we see. And some of the white dudes who talk to me, and when we're just having conversations, it's almost like, you know, I mean, I hate to tell you to trust me.
Trust me.
But some of the conversations that we have, they ask us like, I don't understand how these women can be so pretty, but they're so corrupted in the mind. This woman is so pretty, but she thinks that I'm supposed to buy her, like, a coffee date's not acceptable on the first date. Why? Why would you even want to go somewhere with me expensive? Like, you don't even know me. What if I'm a serial killer? What if I'm a psychopath? Why do you want to go somewhere with me? Because they want money and they want you to prove and say, why do I got to pay for something? You don't understand how you look out there. And you don't understand how it looks when a man like that, like Deontay Wilder, comes out. And he's spending time with your kids. And he's being a good man. And you stab him in the back and you allow your child to talk bad to him. You allow your child to tell him that after he's taking your child around the world, put your child in a house your child will never have, and the daddy ain't worth a shit. Everybody in that woman's family should be kissing Deontay Wilder's ass. And I don't care what you think. He's changed the direction of your life. He's changed your legacy. If he put that little bastard on his will, that little bastard, and he is a bastard, you know, born out of wedlock, that little bastard on the will means that he's going to have a good life after this man dies. And you're going to let him do that. And these are the problems that we have here. So ladies, I don't talk a lot about relationship dynamics. But I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to be real. You're failing because of you. Like, all the times that we were struggling in YouTube, I never blamed the algorithm. I never blamed nobody. I said, what can I do better? And I tried different stuff. We put our heads together, me and Scott, and we tried different stuff. And when we found it, we went deep into it. Ladies out there, you're failing because of you. That's your fault. You keep having stories like this come up, and it's just going to be y'all by yourselves out there. And if you think it's ever going to get better than it is right now without your changing,
delusional as fuck.
You are hella delusional. All right, you polite savages. We're going to have an interlude. I'm going to refresh my tea. I'm going to find out what I just broke. I think I broke my headphones. But we're going to refresh our tea. We're going to have a short interlude, and I'm going to be right back.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, there's too many options. Up in the past on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible of God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some hoes in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bullet death roll on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better ever go to cell block 1. To anybody talk to him and they in love, you make sure you hide your little sister from whom. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-down. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Wop, 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 dot, fuck him up. Wop, 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 I'ma do my stuff. Wop, 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 wop. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. They're not like us. They're not like us. They not like us. They're 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 not like us. You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pac, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. Dick old foul, I don't know why you still pretending. What is the Albert niggas and burn villages go? The audience not dumb, shape the stories how you want. Hey, Drake and not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep, I can go further. I promise ain't that something be rad, stand for bitch, and you Malibu most wanted. Ain't no law, boy, you ball, boy, but Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedge, you be flipped over your boxes with OVO for the other vaginal option. Nigga better straighten they posture, got famous all up in Compton. Might write this for the doctorate, tell the postdoc we're hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action, no accident. And I'm hands on, he fuck around, get positive. Skirt on Wayne girl while he was in jail, that's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad to check this ish, y'all.
I grew up on the crime side in New York Times side. Staying alive was no job. Had second hands, mom.
Yes. So let's go through some of the comments. I'll give you some closing remarks. I want to say hi to the folks out here. Let me see who's out here, right? Of course, we got JT Coin Rings with $2 super chat. I appreciate you. IC3B3RG. After 2020 and COVID inflation went up, it got worse. OnlyFans popped and they all got a shovel and started digging. You know, that's kind of true. A lot of ladies really felt like they were going to be able to go to the OnlyHams and just make a whole lot of money. And the really thing is, like, I'm always interested when somebody tells me how much their punani is worth, but I can go see it for $2.99. I don't even need a lot of money. Sometimes it'd be on sale. You have the first like 5 months for free or something, or first 30 days for damn near nothing. So it's hard for me to understand what you're doing when you have that going on for yourself. Anyway, Let's go to Silver Slick Bronx. You done good, brother. Yeah, I did lose that weight. I think you were talking about that. Everybody ugly to somebody. Anyway, I remember that. K Sager, man, K Sager. You know what? I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you. You're always in a. You know what? I appreciate you. I just want you to know that. I want you to know that. And let me give you a little something. Let me give everybody something who's hanging in with us.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just appreciate, some of the folks I see around, like Kenny Peoples. I see you in a lot of different streams. You're a supporter of a lot of different content creators. K Sager, King Joan got that on lock. That's Tobot 3024. No, it's true. It's absolutely true. Let me tell you something. Imagine being in a place where they didn't have protections and laws for women, and they're talking about they're not going to give up the box and the country's going to die. They're just going to sanction taking the box, bro. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what will happen. And we need to find a way to separate the people from the community. Don't worry about what a man doing. He doing what he's supposed to be doing. Facts. Choices. And let's see. We live in a double standard of society, so women can do something. She can get away with it above the man, and something if he dates outsiders, raise, and then he chin check his woman. Now there's a problem. Anytime you chin check somebody. So let's see. I'm part owner of, Charles Ingram. I'm part owner of a black-owned spirits company, Cornerstone Vodka. I would love to speak with you about possibly working together. Well, sir, Grover at THPPnetwork.com. Hit me up. Let's talk. Grover at THPPnetwork.com, especially if you need some help, like, making videos or something like that, or you just want to talk. I'm more than happy to talk to you. If any of the mods are in the chat, just drop my personal email, Grover at THPPnetwork.com in there. And yeah, I've seen Kenny around for years. It's funny. I seen Kenny around when I was just watching and lurking and making content. Nobody knew who I was. Let's see, who else do we have here? Just a couple more folks. LeBron carried a purse for 4408. Hello from Grafenwart, Germany. And I know I said that wrong, but hey, people from Germany here, that's amazing. It's amazing to be able to reach people all over the world. Okay, well, listen, I just want to give you some parting words. I don't want to keep you too long. We've been going for an hour and a half, and I really structure these shows to be short. I don't structure these shows to go 4 or 5 hours. I'll start going longer when maybe next year and maybe when I get better at streaming, like I make videos. But I just want to say this. I will never tell anybody what to do with their life. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in a philosophy that like it has to be this way or that way. People are dynamic, but there are some successful clues that we can take. I've never seen a man like in his 20s be successfully married to somebody with young kids. And I know a lot of men who've done it. I've just never seen it happen. I would never tell a young man to do that. I would advise against it. But when he makes his choice, I'd be like, okay, as long as you understand what you're getting into. I would never advise a man to get married without a prenuptial agreement. Now, there's a lot of people in the chat saying, man, just don't get married. Okay. But if you want to get married a different way. Protect yourself. But at one point, men, we have to just hold the line. Shout out to El Guapo. Shout out to Beautiful Lies. He streamed the other day. I hope he streams a lot more. He needs to start streaming every week, 2-3 times a week. That man's an incredible content creator. We need to hold the line with our standards. We need to stop letting these women think that they don't do anything or they can get away with anything, and the only thing they bring in is used cat and a bad attitude, and we're happy for it. We need to stop being happy for just the average. All of these women will come and say, you're just doing a bare fucking minimum to get with them. They love to say that bare minimum shit. They love to act like it's only the bare minimum and that's all you do, blah, 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 blah. They sound like a damn Rottweiler barking at a fucking cat. Oh, the minimum minimum, the minimum, the minimum is all you hear. Well, let me tell you something. It's time for them to stop doing the minimum. I don't give a damn about how much your stupid ass lace front cost you when you go out. I don't care how much your makeup costs and how much you expect me to spend. I'm expecting you to come with a positive attitude that can help me push my legacy and my business forward. And if you can't do that, I don't have any fucking reason to be around you. Because let me tell you something, at my age, babe, close your ears. I'd had all the pussy in the world I can get. It's not even exciting no more. I'll just be honest with you. It doesn't even excite me. I need somebody who can help me perfect me. Because I've been doing self-perfection for 52 years. And I've been on it. But if you're going to come here with your bare minimum shit where you think the only thing you got to do is be pretty and have a perky ass or a big, and half of your asses when you, by the way, when you take off your pants, if it just fall apart, it look like a damn bowl of Jello. So don't come here acting like you just all that. That's not it. I need someone who can absolutely help. A helpmate. I need somebody that when I'm working my ass off, I don't need to look at the house to be cleaned up because I'm here making the money for the family. I'm bringing it home. And I need somebody to understand the difference between you work 40 hours or you work 30 hours and I work 75 fucking hours. And if you can't do that, then you can't be with me. Now, I'm in a wonderful situation where that person understands that. But for all the young men out there, don't you dare accept someone just because they look good. If they are bust it down, make sure you don't get them pregnant and flee the scene. Flee. Fled. On foot, on car, on airplane. Get out of there. If they ain't worth it, don't let them have a minute of your time. And ladies, how about you show some damn discernment who gets in them cheeks? But don't you dare come here and take that cat off the market when you got 3 kids by 3 different people and now all of a sudden you celibate. Get that dumb shit out of here. Sometimes it's too late to walk that dog back. Do what you want to do with your body, but you talking to me like that, I'm going to laugh at you. Silly ass. Y'all be sounding silly. It's not enough for you just to look good. It's not enough for you to just act right. You need to be willing to push the ball in the right direction. I'm not the quarterback, and I'm not no damn offensive lineman or skilled player. I'm the head coach and general manager of this team. That's what I am. I'm a fucking leader. I've led teams of people for 30 years, and I did a damn good job of it, including right now. You need to be on the team and on board and going in the right direction. And if you're not, mother major, motherfuck you, good night and goodbye. I have no need for you. And that's what it needs to be in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. In 2026, we need to have discernment and get on the right team and go the right direction. And all of this BS, it's over. Because nobody cares. To my black brothers and sisters, they don't care. They don't care about nothing we care about. All that crap we talking, it don't mean nothing to them. The only thing they care about is how much money you can make and what you can bring and what you can produce. It took me a long time to learn it, but I learned it. So ladies, if you ain't going to be with us, then I got to get a woman who can be with me. I wanted a sister, but the bottom line is this. There's a whole lot of women out there who have the philosophy I have, and all of them don't have my hue. There's a whole lot of Latinas who look at a man who want to lead and who wants to work, and they be like, oh, okay, cool. Yes, they would rather be with somebody from their own culture, but they got Instagram too, and they step out too. We need to start understanding what's happening in the world. So men, don't settle for it, and women, stop spending your time with stupid people. And if you do, my God, if somebody decides to do something that everyone's telling them not to do, and he's going to take care of your family, you better be goddamn grateful. And never let your kid look a man in the face and tell him that you ain't my dad when he didn't put them on his will. That's the stupidest, backwards thing I've ever heard in my life. Because if his daddy would have had a will, he would have been on his daddy. His daddy ain't got a will. His real daddy ain't got a will. His real daddy ain't got a place. His real daddy ain't got a direction. And his real daddy definitely wasn't the heavyweight champion of the world. That's all I got for you tonight, you polite savages. I love and respect all of you. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Oh, we got a super chat for, yo, it's Eric TV. I want a sister, but they don't want me. So, hey, let me tell you something. I'll tell a true ass story. Man, I'm so glad you said this. It's funny because I got screens all the way around me. I'll set up another camera so you can see the screen I have behind me. I'm supposed I got it. I'm supposed to do it. I'm just been doing other stuff. So when I look for this way, I'm looking at super chats. I look over here. It's just funny. So let me tell you something. I remember coming up, I like stuff that sisters didn't like. Now, I was a huge hip hop head, but I played jazz music. And by the way, jazz and hip hop are really close together. And so I loved hip hop. I loved jazz. I was into academics because my family demanded it. And guess what? A lot of sisters, it wasn't cool to them. Well, I went to a high school with a bunch of Latinas and Filipinos, some white girls, and the same sisters who weren't interested in me my sophomore and junior year really wanted to get with me my senior year because they knew I was about to travel because I had got booked for this trip to Europe and this trip to Japan. And guess what? I was on to the next one. I was already doing my thing. You see, I always wanted to date a black woman. My wife right now is Mexican. I always wanted to date a black woman. But I would never, and I was taught that do not sacrifice character for a hue. And get with somebody who likes and appreciates you. So I'm going to tell the men, before I acknowledge the super chat even more, I'm going to tell you this. Yo, it's Eric TV. I'm going to give you the biggest game. My father told me this. And my uncle told me this. And my father was a man of the cloth and my uncle was a man of the street. My father, Grover Reese Sr., and my uncle, Prince. And they both told me the same damn story, and I couldn't believe it because they used to talk differently, but they agreed a lot. Stop chasing women you like and chase a woman who likes you. That's the best advice I can give any young man. Best advice I can give any young man. Yo, it's Eric TV. Thank you for the $2 super chat. You don't have to give $1 or a dime, but I damn sure appreciate your time. And I am super thrilled to see you. I think this is the first time that you've super chatted me. So let me give you something that I think you may like.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I have come here to kick ass.
Yes, thank you for the $2 super chat. And do not worry. Like I said, you want a sister, but they don't want you. Hey, man, don't deal with it. Deal with somebody you do like. Umar has entered the chat. Laugh out loud. Hey. All right. So, you polite savages, that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you so much for your 1 hour and 40 minutes. For everybody, please like and share the stream out. A couple of housekeeping. If you are interested in content creation, the TIP Network has had an amazing run, and it's because of you folks. It's because we've able to deal with you folks and make content for you. We've had like over 155, 160 videos in 2 years with over 100,000 views. We've had a video with 1.5 million views. It's so weird talking about numbers like this because we just make content, consistently. If you want to learn how to do this, I have a content creator school. I have a real curriculum. Q&As. We were supposed to have a Q&A today, but just this time of year, and I'm getting everybody together. But $50 a month. This special is it's going to be in perpetuity, meaning that if you sign up for this, you're never going to get bumped out of this tier. I'm never going to raise it. $50 a month. You get 8 classes a month, a real curriculum. We cover how to do thumbnails, how to title. If you want to learn how to basic editing, we go for that. How to hire editors. If you need to hire editors, I've hired editors for a lot of content creators now. How to pick your niche, how to niche down, everything about content creation, and like I said, I'm not telling you that. I mean, financially, it's very lucrative for us, but everybody doesn't have the time I have to put into it. But even at 30 hours a week, if you really dedicate yourself and you get going and it's not instant, you can really make a great side hustle for your life, a great stream of income. And somebody I know who just been laid off, who I actually coached last year, reached out to me and said, man, if it wasn't for you, I would literally be worried about being homeless. But now I'm just doing more content. You know, now they're doing it. So, you know, thank you very much. If you're interested, please, you know, hit the link. Our Patreon is $50. It gets you access to our Discord, and our Discord, all of the classes live there forever. So, you know, I have links to all of the classes. So if you miss it, it's no big deal. So once again, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. You're polite savages. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Next stream, I do not think I'm going to stream on New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Day, but if not that, the day after, and we will do a year in review, and we will have a special Worst Wives Ever. Oh, yes. And, you know, we got smoke for them, and I will be talking cash money-ish about this. So, all of you fans of Aisha Curry, don't come. If you love Jada Pinkett Smith, don't come. Because we got it, you know, we got smoke for you, all right? So, listen, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And as always, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle a tip? Pause. We're out.
Check this ish, yo. I grew up on the crime side in New York Times.